Ah, are you able to hear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Ex is in this direction, alpha into x power half. Am I clear with this? Right. Now the question is, see, one thing that is missing in the diagram is they didn't give you how much distance this is at. This is at a distance a. Okay. Now what will happen is, unlike the previous scenario, here the electric field is confined only to one direction. The previous case, what happened on the right of the origin, that is on the positive x direction, the electric field was to the right, and on the left of it, it was to the left. Whereas here, is only one direction. So here also the electric field is going to be in this direction only, alpha into x power half, where this x is a variable. This is where we need to understand one point. If I take this to be the origin 0, 0, 0, what is going to be the coordinate of this point? This is at a distance a. So it will be a comma 0 comma 0, whereas this will be 2a comma 0 comma 0. Everywhere else you will be able to find the values. So at a comma 0 comma 0, what is the value of electric field along x? Alpha into, in the place of x I need to substitute a. Alpha into a power half. 1 minute. So alpha into a power half, right? So this is at x is equal to a. Similarly, the value of Ex at x is equal to 2a will be how much? Means what is going to be the value at this point? Obviously, alpha into 2a raised to the power half, just the function value substituted back. Is that point clear? Now our job is very simple. So basically they told it's a cube. So cube obviously has 6 sides. So among the 6 sides, if I take this to be the first surface and this to be the second surface, everything else I'll randomly take 3 and the opposite side is 4. Towards us is 5, back of us is 6 for instance. Where is the electric field confined to? Only along x direction. Now, which aerial vectors can contribute to the flux? Only those values which are either in the direction of electric field or in the direction opposite to electric field. Because here there are only 3 orientations possible. One is 0, one is 180 and the third one is 90. So the sides which are perpendicular to the direction of electric field will nullify the flux. So what is going to be the value of flux through the first surface? It's very simple. This is the direction of electric field and this is the direction of aerial vector. So flux through the first surface will be alpha into a power half into, this side is a square cos of 180 degrees, because electric field is like this, aerial vector is like this. Am I clear with this? So it is going to be minus of, alpha is alpha only, a power half into a square will give me a power 5 by 2. So what is the meaning of negative? It is entering. This is, the flux is entering the surface. Similarly, what is going to be the flux through the second surface, which is exactly on the opposite side? Electric field is alpha into, this time it is not a, it is 2a power half, right, multiplied with a square cos of, this is where we need to be careful, 0 degrees, because electric field is like this, aerial vector is like this. I told you it is in the outward direction, right? How much is it going to be? So 2 power half is root 2 basically, root 2 alpha into the same a power 5 by 2, but this is going to be positive. Positive means it is coming out. Whereas if you look for the other surfaces, for 3 the aerial vector is downward, electric field is like this. For 4 aerial vector is like this, electric field is like this. For 5 aerial vector is like this, electric field is like this, and for 6 like this. So everywhere it is perpendicular. So from this, what is that I can conclude? Flux through the third, fourth, fifth and sixth is going to be 0, because of E vector is perpendicular to A vector, as simple as that. So when that is the scenario, what is going to be the total flux? Obviously, other things are going to get nullified. So the total flux is going to be equal to alpha into a power 5 by 2 with a negative sign plus root 2 into a alpha into a power 5 by 2. So alpha into a power 5 by 2, can I take it as common? Alpha into a power 5 by 2 is common. This is root 2 and this is minus 1. So root 2 minus 1, and this is going to be the total flux that is coming out through the surface. How did I say it is coming out through the surface? Because the overall is a positive value. Root 2 is greater than 1. Since the overall value is positive value, the flux is coming out of the surface. That is the answer for the first part. And the second part is they are asking what is the total charge that is present inside the cube. It's very simple. Once you find the flux, multiply the flux with epsilon naught, that will give you the answer. Because what does Gauss law state? If you know the total flux, it is equal to charge enclosed divided by epsilon naught. Take this epsilon naught and multiply, you're done. Clear? So how much is it going to be? Q enclosed is equal to the same thing, alpha into a power 5 by 2 multiplied with root 2 minus 1 multiplied with epsilon. Done. So only thing is you need to substitute the value of alpha, which is 800. A value, I think it is given 0.1 centimeter or something. Sorry, 0.1 meter. So A is given as 0.1. Substitute that root 2 minus 1 here. Simple. So please make a note of this. Those who are online, am I clear? Good. So please make a note of this.